This is Boshi. Today I want to talk about the homework 5 for the first question. So for the first question, they want us to use convolution method to calculate the density function of z. So for the density function of z, which is equal to the density function of z times xz times density function of yz. So for this part, I want to use the easy way to calculate, because if we use the density function of fx and fy they give to us, maybe it's difficult to calculate. So I want to use the easy way to calculate first. So which is I want to use density function of x equal to u x minus u x minus 1, and density function is use the same density function from the question, which is uy minus uy minus 1. In this part, if I use the density function of fx that they give us, which is u x minus 1 minus u x minus 2, is more difficult to calculate. So I use this way to calculate and compare the question give us the function with this function. They just need to like shift to right by 1 to get that fx. So I use this to calculate first. As we know, density function of z equal to fxz times fyz. So which is equal to the integral from infinity to negative infinity of density function of x of theta times fy z minus theta to d theta. So we just put the value into this function, which is equal to u theta minus u theta minus 1 from this one times u z minus theta, because x equal to y equal to z minus x. So because we change the x equal to the theta, so which is z minus theta minus u z minus theta minus 1 times d theta. So after that we need to times this with this like this, so we get the result, which is theta to minus theta u this one times d theta minus these two times together, these two times together, which is times u z minus theta minus 1 times d theta, and minus these two times together, which is theta u to the theta minus 1 times u z minus theta, and last part these two times together, which is because negative times negative is positive, so it's positive, which is u z minus theta times u there is d theta, I forget to write it in here, which is u z minus theta minus 1 times d theta. After that we need to get these values as we learned from lecture. Upper values is from this part, which is z, lower value from this part, which is 0. So for the first one, which is z to the 0 and u theta times uz minus theta times d theta, and also we need to write uz. This come from z minus 0, so which is just u times z. And for next part, which is from z minus 1 for the upper layer to the 0 for this part. And also just copy this part. And also we need to times u z minus 1, this from z minus 1 minus 0, which is z minus 1. And also for the next part, same idea like before. I just directly write out. I think I don't need to explain more for this part, so I just directly write out. Z to the 0, u theta minus 1 times u z minus theta minus 1 times d theta u z minus 2. So which is equal to z to the 0 1 times d theta times u z minus z minus 1 to the 0 1 times d theta times u z minus 1 and minus z to the 1 times d theta times u minus z. Oh, sorry, I forgot to explain. In this part, it's just directly equal 1, so every part is 1. Minus z minus 1 to the 1 and 1 d theta times z minus 2. So after that, we just take derivative of this part and recalculate it. We can get z times u z minus 1 times u z minus 1 minus z minus 1 times u z minus 1 plus z minus 2 times u z minus 2. Because of the first part for the fx, we need to shift by 1. So we need to shift here, which is fz equal z minus 1. Because shift to right, which is means minus 1. So every part we need to minus 1. Minus, because these two add together is 2. So 2 z minus 2 times u z minus 2. And plus this shift by 1 z minus 3 times u z minus 3. So this is result for the convolution part. For the second part, we need us to use a geographic method. So for the geographic method, we need to draw graph. So in this part, as we know, distribution function of z equal to probability of z less than smaller z, which is equal to probability of x plus y less than z. So there is 3 steps. One is z less than 1, and the second one is z equal to 1 to the 2, and the last part is z bigger than 2. So we need to write it in 3 ways. First one, z less than 1 and equal 1, as we draw graph, which is this. and we put 1 here, it can show the result. Because z less than 1, so we need to use like this part, z less than 1, and we draw a graph. And for this line, which is x plus y equal to z, so we want to get a part which is x plus y is less than or equal than z, so which is this part. So from the area of that one, which we can directly write out, distribution of fz is equal to z times z divided by 2. And then if we want to get a density function, which I just need to take derivative of the distribution function, which is take derivative of this part, which is equal to just directly equal to z. And for the second part, which is z equal 1 to 2. So in this part, also draw graph first, because it's geographic way. So we need to put 1 also in here. And because it's from 1 to 2, so we need to draw z bigger than 1 and less than 2. Like this part, z, and we draw a line between them. And this line is similar like first one, which is x plus y equal to z. So the last part in here, which is x plus y less than z. So from the graph, we can calculate the distribution function, which is equal to probability of bigger z less than small z. So the easy way to calculate is to calculate out this part minus this two part, which is z square divided by 2 minus this two small part, which is z minus 1 twice divided by 2 plus 2 parts, which is also another 1. So when we calculate this part, we get z square divided by 2 minus 2z square minus 4z plus 1 divided by 2. And then we can calculate out, which is equal to z square divided by 2 plus 2z, because this part minus this part is z square, negative z square divided by 2, and this part just do cancellation, and this cancel, which is 2z minus minus 2 half in here. After that, we can take derivative of this one to get the density function, which is equal to minus z, because take derivative of this part, which is equal to minus 1 divided by 2 times 2 times z. So just minus, so when we calculate this, just minus z plus 2 from here. This one is 0. So this is 1 to the 2. So for the last part, we need to calculate z bigger than 2. And in this part, we can directly write out z bigger than 2 is just 1, because the biggest error is 1. So just like 1. And take derivative of this part to get density function, it's just equal to 0, because derivative of 1 is 0. So from all we get, we can draw a graph. To put all information together, we can get this 1, 2, 1. This one is equal to 1. So the area like this. But we need shift by 1 also. Shift to right by 1 also. So we get the final answer like this. 1, 2, 3. From 1 to 3. It's also 1. So this is a geographic method. From this graph, we can write out the density function, which is z minus 1 times u z minus 1 for this part, minus 2 z minus 2 u z minus 2, plus this part z minus 3 times u z minus 3. So this is a geographic method to get the result.